So today I definitely need to bust out my Tattered Angels Glimmer Mists that are under the level of sprays you see right now.
Hi guys, so for today's Busted Out, I want to use some of my Tattered Angels Glimmer Mist that you just saw in a bucket. So I don't know how I'm going to do that intro, but I took a picture of it because I didn't want to bring the whole basket over here. It's pretty deep, and pretty much everything you saw on top was just stuff. But anyway, I don't even know if they still sell these things. If I have any links in the description box, they're affiliate links, which means I'll make a small commission for your purchase items to those links. But I haven't been paying attention. I know the last time I found some Glimmer Mist was at like Tuesday morning, and that was, you know, before this whole pandemic thing. So anyway, and I just grabbed a bunch of colors. I don't care. I'm just going to make a bunch of backgrounds, or I don't know if a bunch, but some. So, you know, if you remember this Tattered Angel stuff, they would sell screens, what they call screens, where they're basically stencils. I even have some screens. I don't know if I have them here nearby. I probably should have brought those out too, but that's okay. They're just stencils, you know. And look how pretty. I mean, once it's shaken up, do you see how cool that... it's hard to see it. Hold on. What's the better? Every time I turn it, there you go. So this one's very sheer, and it has like that little pearlescent kind of silvery color to it. This one's called Spring Rain, and I mean, you can barely even see it on the label, right? It's just very like a little soft shimmer. This one does have some color in it. It's called Turquoise Blue. Again, I've shown you, and I'm sure you've seen videos on how to make like your own basically spray like this. You can add some re-inker and to some water, you know, and put in some mica or some kind of fixative and that kind of stuff that'll help you spray it and it'll stay. I guess that's the charm of this stuff. It's like you can't just add mica to anything and have it work because it'll just rub away later. So the fixative is in there with it and all that. I would assume, because I don't remember it rubbing away. Like, yeah. This is Perfect Peach. So same thing. I'm just going to mix them up. Apple. I thought this was gold when I saw it, but it's called Apple. So it's kind of like a greenish, yellowish hue. So I'll get these going. You don't want to shake them because you don't want to get a bunch of air bubbles. I fully expect that these aren't even going to work, to be honest. Look at that. I opened it and it got some air inside. A lot of times what would happen is it would get clogged up. So what I'm going to do is bring it a little bit more into this decade. And I think the other day, okay, I didn't watch the video, but I saw, you know, in the thumbnail, Tim Holtz had done some stuff with some new, whatever it was that he was using. And I don't know if he used gesso, but I'm going to be using gesso, and then I'm going to spray it with some of this stuff just to add some more texture and have some fun. And we'll see what happens. So let me grab... And this video is basically brought to you by laziness. I just woke up and I'm like, I don't know what I want to do, and I'm tired. And then I actually have some things that I really have like a deadline for. And you guys will know more about that whenever I can talk about it. But it's a really, really fun opportunity, and I just have to get that stuff done. And so I think in my mind, I'm like, I can't get it done, you know, when you have that kind of, I don't know. So anyway, I'm going to cut these pieces. Let's see. How big is this paper? This is Crafter's Companion stamping card. It's like 11 and a half. So yeah, I'm gonna cut it a little bit bigger than what I want because that way I can cut it down later to actually make like a card. So this is just 5 3/4. The only bummer is that this paper is only 8 1/4 inch wide, right? Because it's like A4 size paper. So I can't really do much other than cutting it at that 4 1/8 or so. So I'm gonna cut down this paper. I'm going to grab, oh, you know what? I'll get that new board from Tonic now that I can use it. And I got it a few weeks ago, and I had, you know, I made the review, and then I had to hold on to it until it was time to use it. So let me grab this. I'm gonna grab some stuff to clean up with just in case. One thing that is so sad that I didn't realize when Tonic sent this in for review is that they did send me an extra set of the pegs, and I didn't know they were in a different package. So like I hadn't opened the other package, I opened this package, you know, and then I went with it. So they didn't mention that there was more. Yeah, so we'll see. Okay, yeah, let me grab some stuff and I'll be right back. Interesting. I just have like a bag of stencils I would keep under my foot here, under where I'm sitting, and then so I'll remember to use them, and then of course I forget to use them. But you know, maybe we'll use this guy. He just flew over. Oh, I did want to mention, okay, so normally with this kind of thing, I would like to use a bigger piece of paper. just so you can cut it down later instead of having this small piece of paper that you're trying to hold down and make sure you're getting all the areas, you know, it's kind of a bummer, but so this is a little bit bigger than what I want, so that's okay, but I'm gonna hold that down there and maybe here. I just kind of want to mess with this a little bit and see what happens. I do want to mention, somebody had said on the review of this board that it'll be great so she doesn't lose her dies. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's great. And then I thought, wait, hold on. These are magnets or is this magnetized? So I wanted to verify that for you guys. This is funny. This is a diamond press die. And I don't know if you can see, it's just gonna fall off. Like, that's fine. This is a die from Art Impressions, and for whatever reason, that one does stick. So I don't know if this is a different kind of alloy that's not metal, because why is this one sticking where this one doesn't? So just so you guys know, I mean, it looks like it does, but it really doesn't. It's just like, you know, because it's on this surface, but there you go, look. That one falls off, but this one doesn't. So just a note. I thought that was interesting. I'm like, huh, I wonder what those dies are made out of then. I don't know. That's so odd, because honestly over here, it's sticking. In this piece that Suzanne had sent me, it looks like it's sticking there. It's just not sticking here. So I do not know. All right, that's all I'm saying. I don't have an answer for it. I don't know. I was just trying it. I thought that was weird. Okay, so I'm just gonna take some of this. This is just super heavy gesso. I'll have a link for it. The link will probably go to either Dick Blick or maybe scrapbook.com, maybe Amazon, I don't know, wherever I can find it. I just want to make sure that's down, okay. And I'm just going to add this wherever. I'm not looking for perfection. I just want some cool stuff. And I'm so used to holding my stencils. I'm still holding it because, until I get used to this, not having to hold it down. But it just feels weird to me not holding it down, so I'm still holding it. Again, I want this to be messy. I'm not really trying to... Okay, let me scrape off the excess there. And by the way, just so you know, gesso will mold, which is really weird. So you always want to not really dip back into it. I usually put the lid right back on it. Oh, look at that. I love it. I don't know if you can see it because it's white on white right now. So I'm just going to do something like this. So you look at that. I'm going to hit it with a heat tool now. When you have gesso, you don't really want to get too close with your heat tool. It's going to start bubbling. Unless you want that texture. It looks weird. It looks funky. Why not, right? But I'll stay kind of far away from it and try to get some gentle heat on it. Just so I can start spraying it pretty quickly. But let me go wash this off real quick before I keep talking here. And I'll be right back. We'll do a couple more. Oh my gosh, I'm so silly. I just popped this on there without forgetting that there's a gessoed piece of paper here. Let me move that. So yeah, this is the bag I was saying about. I have more stencils in this, but like this one, I took it out and I didn't even take the packaging out. I guess I can throw that out. And then this, I thought, oh yeah, here's one from Tattered Angels, but it's not. It looks a lot like Tattered Angels brand, but this is a pink paisley one. And apparently I have two of them. And can you see they're exactly the same? I don't know if you can see that. So I will put one in giveaway. But let me just. Oh, this shouldn't even be in here. I mean, it can. This is from Leah France. This is another company I used to love picking up their stuff at the expos. Not inexpensive for a little template like this, but what you're supposed to do is put this on your paper or like a photo, and then if you're using a photo, you use, just real quickly, a dry erase marker, and you just trace all these things, and then you cut them, right? You cut them. And then when you paper piece them back in, it looks really awesome. So it's just, aww. Kind of like what they're showing you there. So you can do it different ways. You don't have to use every single little line. But I have the big ones that make like a whole 12 by 12. Okay. So yeah, I chose that one. Let's do that one. Put these other ones to the side. Oh, huh. I was like, what was that fell? I heard something fall. It was a precision press. Okay, let's see here. The top of a precision press that I had. Again, I would have gone with bigger paper, especially with this stencil being the size it is, but I was just cutting down paper. So I'll do the same thing with like another one. You know what? I'll put that over there. More that way. Oh, so where's the other? I have it here. Holding this guy down. Okay. Oh, and you know what? Since this is a bigger stencil, a little bit bigger, I'll go ahead and pop some of these guys out. Oh my goodness. So I'm just waiting to use my spray. It'll be fun. Oh, come on, buddy. These are really, really strong magnets, so it's like, it's hard. Let me get them out of this packaging. I'll be right back. Someone's saying they were hard to get out because they're hard magnets. It's just that they were facing the opposite way. Like the other day when I popped them out, they were facing down, so I was able to stick them on here and they came off. But this time they were facing in a different direction in the packaging. Okay, I guess I don't need too much of this because I think I start off with too much on the other one. This is just from the dollar store. And I'm not trying again to do a perfect thing. I just want to get some of this down here and there. Yeah, something like that. And I'll do one more probably off camera. Oopsie, I'll just pick one. Ooh, that's not good. Got some gesso on this gray surface, and the gray surface, this thing under here, it likes to hold on to stuff. Pretty cool. And that's gesso, you guys. I mean, just those magnets, like, I don't know if you can see. It is crisp in the areas where you wouldn't want the gesso, you know? And then everywhere else, obviously, I let it kind of trail off. Okay, I'm gonna go wash this. I'm gonna do one more, and I'll be right back. One more. Oh, this is short. I don't like that. So what I'm gonna do is make it so that it's only in, see how it's not as tall? And I guess I could just remove it and replace it, but what I'll do is just use it on this side here. And the butterflies look like they're going up, so. I'm gonna make this one a little bit messy and fun. Seems good. Okay, that's the last one I'm gonna do. I'm gonna hit them all with the heat tool. Let me just do this, and then I want to wipe down this surface, and I probably should have grabbed the little wipes that I always have here. Of course, I say I always have them here, and now I don't know where they are. I know this surface is supposed to be wipeable, but like, or you know, but gesso is gesso, and gesso is what it is because it's made to stick to whatever it is that you put it on, right? So as you can see on this one, I just have some of that down at the bottom, and if it goes off the side, you can just clean it off like that. And wipe it under your table. No, don't do that, even though I did. Okay, this area here. You can probably just wipe it with kitchen towel, but I have this stuff here. It's just little wipes from like CVS or something. I had bought them at the beginning of the pandemic, and then I'm like, hey, they don't have anything like anything that really cleans. You know, it's more like a fragrance and alcohol free. I'm like, alcohol free? I wanted it to have alcohol. So to me, I'm like, these are worthless. But yeah, it cleaned up. But again, cleaned it up pretty quickly because the gesso that was on my gray surface, I left it there for what, a couple minutes, and it is pretty much stuck on there. I guess I'll have to just keep wiping, but all right, guys, always try to clean up as fast as you can, is my opinion. Okay, I will be right back. With the heat tool, I actually have it on this surface, and maybe I shouldn't, but oh, that's so funny. It just made like a little moisture under there. I'm just taking the sheen off of it because a lot of times, let me see, like this one was just more recently done. See how it's all wet looking? Okay, so this one, the sheen is a little bit there, but not so much. And this is the first one we did. So there's a little bit of sheen, but I'm trying to take the shine off of it, okay? And it doesn't have to be super dry because it's not going to hurt anything when we spray it. But if it's really wet, it might move it, and you don't really want that. So anyway, I'll be back. Sorry about the glare, but that's just how it is. I know, I was like, I'm gonna have to find a different way of lighting this whenever I use this because it is a little bit shiny. But and I was like, well, I don't need the lights, but I do. It'll be too dark without them. Okay, let's try apple. Maybe not for this one. Well, sure. I have tons of other ones like I can go grab in a minute, but let's just try one of these, and hopefully it'll spray. Come on, buddy. See? I'm telling you, I always remember that these things would always get, like, not just clogged up, they just wouldn't work. All right, moving on. That's enough for that one. Let's try it. I have tons of bottles, so I'm sure we'll find some that work still. I'm not trying to mess with it right now. That one doesn't want to do much. Let's pop it open. I'm going to have to go through and maybe mess with it. Okay. I can see it's spraying crooked, though, so let me clean the nozzle a little bit. You know what it is? It's not enough of this. There we go. We have to put a lot. because if you want it to move or that white to actually show up, we're gonna have to spray a lot of it and let some of that drip off. I suppose you could pick it up too if you wanted to. I'm just letting it drip off and around there. Now, if this was fully dry, I would take like a little towel and wipe off the top so that white will be a little crisper, but it is not, so I'm not going to mess with it. I think I like the way it looks. This is fine. Oh, I sprayed further than my mat. I'm going to clean this up with paper towels actually, because it's a lot of liquid. So let me clean up around here and I'll be right back. Yep, cleaned up perfectly. That's good. Okay, I'm going to hold this down like with something like this, and I'm just going to put my heat tool on that, and I'll be back. This is actually really cool. After I started drying, I'm like, ooh, because I don't know if you can see. Oh, jeez. Let's try to find the shimmer. Hold on. Is it there? Is it over here in this lighting? Darn it. It's really hard for me to show you that shimmer. I don't even think, maybe there. Can you see it there? It's all over, but I can see it really well. There, I guess. Pretty cool. And the white did come out pretty white. Again, I don't want to, see? Oop. I just said what I don't want to do, but it is not dry. What I'm trying to do is just move on. So if you have time and then just come back later when it's completely dry and you can then wipe the surface. But that white is pretty crisp anyway, so I think that's pretty cool. Okay, let me try another one. This is going to be a series of hit and misses. Let's try this one. I'm going to try Spring Rain, see if it works. Oh, it works. Not too great, but a little bit. And that's just adding shimmer because there's like no color to that. As you can see, it's a little bit of like a blue color, but not really that much color. And let me try this Perfect Peach. And then I'm going to grab, ooh, Perfect Peach is having issues already. I don't know. Okay. Let me clean the nozzle. And I'm going to do the same thing as before. I'm just going to really douse this thing. And you don't have to, I suppose. I just thought it looked funner if we did a lot. I don't like the way that feels. It has a gross feel to it. The bottle, I don't know, it has like some kind of issue. Pretty cool. This is, again, I thought it was going to be brighter, but it's very light color. Okay, I'm going to hit that also with a heat tool, and then maybe I'll come in with another color, just to play with it a little bit. But I'm going to hit this with a heat tool, and I'll be right back. Fully purple and pomegranate, and it says they are limited edition. Well, at least this one is. We will see. I'm going to try this one. It's a little bit deeper color. I can see it's been leaking, drying, has some issues. Let's see what happens. If it even works. I would love for this one to work. Oh, come on, buddy. Oh, it's coming. It's just not spraying. Oh, oh. I'll say maybe I could splosh it. That works, but that doesn't work as the way I wanted it to. I don't really like that. You know what I can do? I can do that, and then take that one that doesn't really have color and spread it with that. Actually, I found one right now that was completely clear. This Spring Rain does have some like blue color, but check that out. Get that movement. Ooh, that is cooler than the way it was by itself. Okay, cool. I'm gonna let the excess dab off. I'm going to hit it with a heat tool. I don't really like the way that looks like it's just running, so I'm going to clean some of that up. I'm going to play with it just a little bit longer so it goes in those channels. That looks much cooler. You know what it is? I think it's because it's had larger areas where, the one with the little lines, they're just tiny lines, so the water doesn't really collect on those little lines, but here it kind of wants to stay there, right? Oh, that is much prettier. Okay, I'm going to hit it with the heat tool. I'll be right back. I know this looks like a total mess, but that is pretty cool. I like that. And it almost like stained it like a wine stain. I don't know if you see that. Again, if you want to let it dry, it'll be dry. Then you can just do whatever. But that's pretty cool for a background. Again, really still kind of wet. I'm going to have to work with that a little bit. And then this one. I have so much stuff all over my fingers. I was going to do a nail video today. I do not know if that's going to happen. Look at this. This is going to be impossible to wash away for a while. Okay, so I have this pretty purple. Hopefully it works. And if not, maybe I'll do my little trick that I did with the other one. Because, I don't know if you noticed, they're like sucked in like this, and then I just pop it and get a little air going. But yeah, okay. come on. Oh, it wants to. I can feel, see? Oh, there it goes. I was like, I can feel that it wants to. Oh my gosh, this one's really wacky. That's probably too much. And then I'm gonna let that drip off a little bit. And this is the wettest gesso. I didn't really hit this one with the heat tool too much. I just kind of thought, it'll dry as it's sitting there. Look how cool this background is. You could have just sprayed all that on here and then waited till you were done, but it'd be a big mess, and then pick it up with a paper. It would probably be pretty cool looking. Okay, I think that's good. Again, if I want to spray away some of this on the end there and get a little bit more wet looking. Unless you like the little spritz look, then definitely the spritz. Okay, this one I'm going to leave basically this single purple, and I'm going to hit it with the heat tool, and I'll be back. I know this is a hot mess right now, but you know what's funny? On this one, the Spring Rain, that little light color that I thought wasn't really doing anything, it really did bring out a lot of the blue and the purple. I don't know if you can see that. Let me cover this up. But anyway, like even in the little butterflies, it turned them a little bit blue, but you can see the little blue specks in there. That's pretty cool, because on this one, you don't see it at all. Well, at least I don't. But on this one, it really accented that. So let me clean up, like really clean this up, since I got stuff all over this. And I even sprayed my little... Oh yeah, no, it cleans up. Right now, I try to hit it with the paper towel, and it was dry, and it wasn't coming up. But now that I hit it with this wet one, it's coming off. Okay, I'll clean all this up, and I will be right back. I'm going to put this away. So that was fun. Just, you know, bringing out those super old glitter. Apparently, I used to use them a lot because, I mean, some of them are half gone unless they evaporated, which is quite possible. Let me see where I'm at. Okay. Oh, I probably shouldn't lay those on top of each other. So we have this guy. We have this guy. And again, these are just backgrounds. And I know I didn't make a project, so I don't have time to kind of wait for the dry. This one feels the driest, obviously. It's the first one we made. But I would just cut it down, you know, standard A2 size or whatever it is that you're doing. Obviously, if you want to do like a background for... a mini slimline or a slimline, of course you just make your paper that much longer, right? I just did a little bit of stenciling. This one I love. I just love the way it came out. Everything was pretty cool. This one's very artsy, you know. I would trim this down and probably just put like a sentiment on it, and maybe some little flowers, some, you know, flowers you make, foam flowers or yellow paper flowers. And same thing, I mean, with all of them, I would do the same kind of thing, because you did so much work, you want that to be basically the focal point of the card, I would say. This one's more of a background just because I only did the very corner, but pretty cool. I mean, it's fun to pull those things out, try them out again. I don't know if you can see the shimmer. Maybe on this one you can see it better. It's hard to see if it's shimmer or, like, I can see the shimmer, but for you guys, it's very subtle. Anyway, I am going to wash my hands really well. I hope that was fun for you guys. I know it's messy for some of y'all. Look at my, oh my gosh. Oh, I don't know what's going to happen with the rest of the day. But thanks for watching, guys, for being awesome. You guys are so really super supportive, so nice, so awesome. I just thank you. So thanks for watching. I'll have images of these things. Hopefully I can try to get the shimmer, but my camera skills aren't that great, but we'll see. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I hope that inspires you to kind of pull some of your stuff out and bring it into this, like I said, decade, you know, add some gesso, add some stamping, you know, spray it with some stuff afterwards. You can flick it with like little black paint or like that silk stuff. The like this kind of stuff from Spellbinders is really fun. You just flick it and it adds some more little drops, you know, whatever other sprays you have, obviously. But thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you at the next one. Bye now.